Welcome back. I wish you could smell this. I really, really do wish you could smell this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so maple bourbon glaze, wings, Traeger grill. Don't know what else to say, but we're going to get to reviewing it right after this. All right, welcome back. So to recap, if you haven't seen the preview announcement on this, is I followed an exact same maple bourbon recipe, and the recipe actually calls for the glaze to be simmered, but I didn't want to cook any alcohol out and change the flavor. So basically, what I did was put together the maple bourbon mixtures. Exact same recipe, only I used Bird Dog in this one and Woodford Reserve Double Oaked in this one. So I don't know if there's going to be a difference between them. They both smell amazing. I mean, all the aromas are coming together. But before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of each of these in the snifter, and we'll see. I don't really have a plan right now on how I'm going to do this, so we're going to wing it. But I do know that I'm going to nose the mixtures and nose the bourbons and see if there is a difference. So let's do that. Now, I tossed them in the glaze and then cooked them on the grill. So the wings did get cooked. So the glaze on the wings on the grill got cooked. But then I drizzled them, tossed them with some more of the glaze that was not cooked. So each one of these has been cooked in their own glaze and then drizzled or tossed around in some of the mixture. So before we get started on that, let me give these a swirl. And you know what? I know this, I like this one better. So I'm going to start over here and see if there's any difference. So we're going to give this a swirl, get some air in it. Bird Dog I have reviewed before. Not a lot of legs to it. It's got really thin trails coming down. I know this is a little thicker. I can see it already clinging a little better to the glass, but I'm not saying Bird Dog's bad. It's just, it doesn't have the legs that Woodford Reserve has. Yep. Vanilla right on the nose. Little oaky, typical bourbon notes, you know, vanilla caramels, things like that. Now, this is the one made with it, so. All right, that smells like the maple bourbon glaze. Okay, now let me nose this one and see if I get any difference. Yeah, you know what? I barely. Yeah, I do. I am getting a difference. This one, let me go back. That one's a little darker, and the color's darker, but you can see the bourbon's darker. Yeah, this one has a heavier, it's a more molassesy on the nose type thing going on. And let me hold these up because you can really see the one over here is Bird Dog, and this is Double Oaked, and it is darker. It is considerably darker, even though it's the exact same maple syrup, exact same everything else. Oh, and the maple syrup I used is from Maine, so it's real maple syrup. Let me go ahead and nose this and see if I can get any of that darker note off the nose of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one's not as punchy. This nose is like a younger bourbon. Boy, that Double Oaked just has a really good nose on it. Now, let me try the wings. Let me go for this one first. Since I've already kind of said I like this bourbon better, so let me see if there's any difference in the wings. Just remember, That glaze is tossed on here. Man. Wow. That is good. That is good. Gonna have to do another magic of video production. And just like that, we're back with the paper towel. Forgot the paper towel. All right, that was really, really good. Really, really good. That smoky flavor from the Traeger comes through. All right, that one was a little darker. I'm going to try this one. A little crispier. Oh my gosh, these things are good. I wish you could taste it. We're going to give it an honest go. Okay. All right. I can already tell you these are a little bit sweeter. Yep. These are a little bit sweeter than these, but man, they're so good. Both are so very good. So before I taste that, I'm going to go ahead and get a little sip of this to chase the wing. Wow. Bourbon and wings. Wow. Now, of course, the sweetness, a lot of the sweetness is coming off the maple syrup, but I can tell you, I think Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, Woodford Reserve as a bourbon is sweeter than some other bourbons. But wow, these things are fantastic. I'm gonna take a little bite off the drumette here. I love flats, but drumettes are good too. And then I'm gonna taste that bourbon. Finger looking good. Wow. That's a good glaze. I think I like these better though. You know what? Yeah, the bird dog, it's got detecting probably a little hint of rye in there. I don't think there's much rye in here at all. But it goes really well with the wing. So I'm going to do the same over here, and then we'll wrap this thing up, and I'll do the sauces. These are better. Yep, the more I eat back and forth on them, these are better. I measured precisely. I mean, the only thing different in these ingredients is the exact same amount of bourbon, only this one in one and this one in the other, and that's it. All the other ingredients I've measured perfect. So let's give another go on this. Oh yeah. This setup over here is elevated. This is your basic stuff over here. This is what I call it, fine dining. If this is more gourmet wings over here, la-ti-da, and this is more of your basic backyard stuff, but very subtle. Now I'm going to taste each of these glazes, and again, I picked that one up, but I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to try to see how much better that glaze is, because it comes through on the wings for sure. Man, that glaze is so good. Okay. Wow. All right. Now, try this one. That glaze is so better. Oh, wow, man. I can't explain it. I mean, the wafting aroma off these wings were very similar. I mean, they were cooked side by side on the Traeger. And they were smoked the same. They're cooked the same. They have, the only thing difference is the glaze. That's it. Cut from the same package of chicken wings. I'm talking just boom, 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 boom. So I would say for a normal, was it worth the price difference? Right? Well, you can see I used a fourth of a cup of bourbon. Okay. So it's not like I killed the bottle, and I have extra bottles over there on the other shelf. Anyway, so of both of these. So it's not like I killed the bourbon. So the price would be nominal, I think, but I think it's worth it to use a little bit better bourbon. And of course, I haven't put this against Booker's or anything else, but just from a lower, what I consider a lower end, lower price bourbon to a higher end, higher price, upper shelf bourbon, at least in most bars and restaurants, it was worth it over here on this side, but only because they're side by side. I think one day to the next, I would be like, oh, I forget which one they are, but wow, side by side, you can tell a difference. So I would say the next time, if you're not going to cook your maple bourbon glaze, simmer it or whatnot, absolutely use a higher end bourbon. Use a more flavorful bourbon, I guess. More notes to it, oakier, darker, stuff like that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe and hit that bell down there for notifications, and I promise I'll keep bringing you these videos.